Let's dive into the timeline of events that led up to Straight Drop's encounter with young Dolph.
2021. This is the day before the murders, correct?
That's correct.
7:15 p.m. So if we're counting down, 17 hours and 8 minutes before the murder. What's that?
The white expedition, Ford expedition, going to the garage.
This is the Crosstown Concourse. This is where they first spotted the expedition that was also tied to the encounter with young Dolph. Looks like this is at night. For those who may not be aware, this is the I would say the in between the east and west. There's a pathway that that runs east west in front of the building. There's a ramp right here that people typically walk up to enter into the building. This is the front of the building, or the camera facing that parking lot, the parking garage. Actually, I'm sorry. The parking garage is right behind in this general area right here. It's like a 4 or 5 level parking garage with 2 rows of parking in between the garage and the building.
If you're not familiar with the building, this is a little confusing here. Can you pause it?
As we can see here, this is Straight Drop walking up from the parking garage. He parked the previous footage showed entering the garage. The entry is on the side of the garage, and when you go in and park, there's another section that you walk through to cross the pathway, or the 2 rows of parking that's in between the garage and the building. He would have walked through or across that walkway to arrive where he is right now.
So that white vision was going into a parking garage, is that right?
Yes.
That parking garage is this structure right here.
That's correct.
There's a little parking lot here where cars can also park in. There's actually a garage. What we saw the white exhibition coming into was over here.
It is.
Is that right?
That's right.
Then there's this little walkway thing where it twists around and then comes into the building.
Yes.
Okay. And we see somebody here, gray sweatpants, black hoodie, and continue to watch. Inside of the building?
Inside of the building.
Walking into the door there?
Yeah.
So for context, this is the west atrium. The building has 2 atriums, one on the west side and one they call it the central atrium. This is it's pretty wide open area, pretty big. What you see is there used to be floors, concrete floors that went all the way up to the 11th floor, I think. And so it's wide open. And this time of the day, it's a lot of the businesses have already closed, and the people who who would work in the building or frequent the building, they would have gone home at this point. So the only people who would be there at this time would be residents. All right, let's get back into it.
White expedition arrives, and then this man comes into the building.
That was just I just remember what I wanted to say. This just basically just explains why there's no activity in the building at this time. It's late at night. No one's. I mean, the residents, the apartments in the building are on 2 sides. One is on this side, in the central atrium. I'm sorry, in the west atrium, and then on the other side of the building, to the right. If you're looking at where the piano is at the bottom, you go to the right there. It's a walkway going to the other side of the building.
Dark hoodie, gray sweat, black shoes, white bottom.
He walked here, and this camera picked him up. There's a bank of elevators back here.
Yes.
There's apartments on the top floors of the buildings.
Yeah.
Still way back here at the elevators.
It's not really a bank. It's just two elevators. They both go up and down, go to the same place.
Yes.
Stop it there.
Now, if you look right here on the building, this is the units. The residential section of the building goes from level 7 to level 11. This would be level 8, and you can see in the image it says L8WA. That means West Atrium.
All right, here's a man, white expedition, comes into the building, walks to the lobby, gets in the elevator, comes up to the floor. And look, it's floor 8.
Yes.
What floor does Kiana Hopper's cousin Justin Johnson live on?
Which is ID 808. This is 812.
8 floor. And this man has on black shoes, white soles,
Yes.
gray sweatpants,
Sorry.
a little bit of normal
The
sweatpants.
logo inside.
We all recognize that as his Bass Pro head, so
Yes.
he's got a phone in his hand, maybe some food or something.
Yes.
Let me just take a pause really quick. No one covering this footage, this trial, everything shown in here is going to have, no one is going to have more insight, more experience with him living in this building, with him navigating his day to day. You know, I'm very familiar with this building. I'm very familiar with the road that he traveled. I'm very familiar with every step of the way. It's just really interesting how this unfolded right in broad daylight. You'll see as we move along how he was intertwined in just the normal comings and goings of daily life without any indication of what was going on in a different part of his existence. Again, no one's going to give you a better insight because no one else is more familiar with this building than I am. No one is more familiar with how he arrived, how he came, and how he went along like it was nothing, like he had done nothing. No one else is going to have more insight, more experience with uncovering and having this, providing this insight to you.
We're at 11:13 p.m. Countdown from the murder with 13 hours and 10 minutes before the murder. It's going to be him coming again. White expedition.
This is him coming into the garage again. To the right is where where you would walk through to cross those two rows of parking leading up to the main, or the west atrium.
Yes.
Now we can see that parking garage better. just like last time, coming in the front.
Yes.
Gonna walk to the elevators. And obviously, between last time.
Look, it's very interesting to observe that the clothes that he's wearing. This is not even the day of the incident. This is before. So apparently, he kept the same clothes close by, or kept them on. I don't know if he changed clothes. I can't immediately tell if he changed clothes or not. But it's the exact same thing he had on the day of the event,
which is a few hours before this, and this time he has left and come back. I think it stopped ours.
Now this part is very interesting. I edited this video to obscure or to remove the images of the little girl, presumably to be his daughter. It's interesting in that this is 30 minutes before the shooting. It takes about maybe 5 minutes to get from where he was in the building to the parking garage and to be able to leave. It's not very far. It just takes a while to go up and down the elevator and then cross the street and go up to your car and get out of the parking garage before you can get out into the street. Now again, 30 minutes before the shooting makes you wonder the impeccable timing of being able to leave with with presumably his daughter, take her to somewhere, maybe to the child's mother or a relative or someone who's ready to receive this child, while he goes and plots to encounter young Dolph. Now, what's also interesting is that when I speak about the timing, he has to go. Assuming he has to go pick up the other gentleman who's alleged to be involved, the Cornelius guy. Not only that, I mean, again, it's 30 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to get from Crosstown to Maquis. Crosstown is in a section of Memphis called Crosstown. It's not far, not terribly far, but that's, when we talk about that time of the day, it's lunch traffic. And he'd have to go to Airways Boulevard, close to the airport. Not sure how the other guy, how his timing aligned with straight drops, but this is incredible to be able to leave at the time that he did, to meet up with the guy, or I'm sorry, drop his kid off before meeting up with the guy, and to arrive just in time to encounter young Dolph. Incredible.
November 17th, murder day, 11:51 a.m. Only 32 minutes away from the murder case.
Yes.
Let me stop for a second. These people aren't from Memphis. Would it be fair to say it takes 10 minutes to get from the Crosstown building to Maquis Cookies?
Possibly 10, 15 minutes.
This is a side no one has really talked about, the humanity, the human side of this gentleman, Straight Drop. Has a child with him. Again, I edited the video to remove as much of the child's presence as possible. But Looking at what I saw, and even what you can see here, it looks like the child is fond of her dad, assuming that's her dad. It's really interesting because in 30 minutes, this is going to be a whole different person. But looking at it here, looking at how the child is interacting, the fact that he is even taking the time from his other plans to connect, to play, to act as a father figure. It's really interesting that no one is really talking about, but clearly this child is fond of her dad.
You're still fine.
I thought this was interesting too. So the elevator stopped. I mean, I think maybe the child pushed the button to open the elevator sooner than the floor they were supposed to get off on. It was as if he was acting as protector by pulling the child back, so that uh, the child didn't wander off or potentially get harmed or pinched by the door as it closed. Interesting.
Back there, it's hard for me to see them there. You know, they're public corner. Just a good,
Right.
the little kid. Sweatpants, sweatshirt. Now we're going to the garage. And then white Mercedes.
That's the Mercedes.
And white Mercedes actually was captured here, leaving the garage. It starts first this way, but then
In this image, he would have left going westbound on I believe this is Pete. I don't think I think it's Peach Street. I could be wrong. I can't recall, but he would have been going westbound and presumably going to the south, making a left on Bellevue, headed toward what I presume to be going in the direction of where Makita's is in the general direction. Here's another thing that's kind of interesting. That's a parking lot that he turned in. He turned off of the main street and was headed. He cut through the parking lot. That was kind of weird. Not really sure what was happening there, because the parking lot is not. He would have had to make a left into the parking lot and then exit back out of the parking lot toward his destination. It's really interesting because he didn't have to do that. Not sure what was he thinking there, or maybe he picked up someone. I don't know. Can't really tell.
White Mercedes leaving the crosstown building. Sun there.
Those 30 minutes have passed. Here we go.
Came from this side of the parking lot. It actually been following Dolph.
"30 minutes after the incident, he would have left Makita's and went to these apartments. This is in Whitehaven. The apartments have been called several different things, but it's I can't recall the name of them now. But it's off of Tulane. And this section kind of sits off behind another row of apartments right on Tulane. So interesting that that he ended up here. This isn't far. This is probably another 10 or 15 minutes from Makita's, with considering traffic. Maybe not. Maybe 10 minutes. I'll say maybe 10 minutes. Still in the Makita's is just right north of the airport, and this would have been just not too far from that area. Keep in mind too that young Dolph's brother had returned fire within that span of a few minutes, and this is what you'll see the aftermath of that returned fire.
What kind of car is that right there?
That's the white Ford Expedition.
So check this out. This is again 30 minutes after the incident. So not only did they ditch the car, the Mercedes, but they recovered the Expedition that was being driven before a day or two. So a few days prior to this day. This guy has. This plan seemed to have been well executed from a timing perspective, and I say that because these are very tight tolerances, and everything has to go right in order for example, for Straight Drop to leave Crosstown with his daughter to meet up with someone else to arrive at Makita's at the time Dolph is there, and to not have a lot of obstacles in the way, and then subsequently leaving Makita's, going to this area off of Tulane, ditching a car, getting another one. There were a lot of people, a lot of things in place to make this happen the way it did.
Kiana approaching the Expedition.
Two men outside. Go ahead. Were you interested in those two men?
Yes, it was.
Tell me why you're interested in those two men.
And the clothing that they have on. You see the dark sweatshirt, the gray hoodies. The black SUV, small SUV.
Do y'all get interested in that one too?
We did.
Expedition's still there. a yellow article of clothing when he left that Charger?
Yes. It's where one therapeutic that he got out of the Charger.
So it looks like he changed clothes. He had on the dark colored hoodie, um, the Bass Pro cap, and the gray sweatpants. It seems, and put back on the or not put back on. Looks like he just changed clothes. It's pretty interesting. Gosh, it's interesting to have just the presence of mind and just makes you wonder, like, what do you think in a situation like that, where, and you'll see, not only does it have the yellow hoodie, but he has the matching Jordans to go along with it. Just interesting.
Suspect gets in. Keanu
It looks like here he still has on the other shoes. You'll see that they've been replaced later on.
comes up to the driver's door.
The other suspect has walked off camera, is that right?
He walked out of view to the right, a video there.
I think they're saying this person is his cousin, but um, it's really telling what I mentioned earlier about all the different pieces and people involved in the planning. Um, she no doubt knows what's happened. She's been involved. I mean, they showed up, with gunshot wounds. So she had to have had, if she didn't have prior knowledge until that point, she absolutely did after the fact. Um, what is she doing? What are they talking about? Um, how could you be? I mean, it's almost like they're talking about how good the weather is right now, or how the family's doing. I mean, just the conversation, just the level of just really just not really. I don't know. I don't want to say without a care in the world, but it seems that like there isn't any care in the world. Having, I mean, if you look at the just the manner with which they're conversing with each other, 30 minutes after the encounter. Hang on, wait, did y'all just see that? She's carrying a bag. It looks like he's changed clothes, or he had a change of clothes, and he's giving it to her. No one's saying anything, or hadn't. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything about or heard anything about the cousin as an accomplice, especially with um, getting rid of the evidence, as she's seen carrying a bag of something into the house.
Chevy's back.
Correct.
Suspect returns to the apartment complex.
She did.
Again, no one else covering this trial, um, providing reactions or insight into what's going on. It's not going to have the same level of understanding uh, that I'm sharing with you. It's just incredible just to break down the whole day, and even just leading up to it, and then the events subsequent to the encounter with young Dolph. Uh, this is just incredible that people are going. These people are going about their day as if they're just like they're going to work, like they're having a good day. No one seems shaken. No one seems bothered. It is just incredible just to be able just to witness, um, having gone through a very, very, um, gosh, I don't want to, it would be traumatic for most people, but it doesn't seem to be for them. Yeah, now this looks, just makes you wonder what just happened just in in these few minutes. They've been in, and they've been out. He went back in, now he came back out. So he doesn't have the bag anymore. He's walking toward the vehicle.
Suspect returns to the white expedition.
He did.
The Chevy track still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's signaling to someone in this car, in this Chevrolet. Not sure what she's signaling, but by all accounts, she has to be absolute trash. Just to for her, they all are. If they are in fact, we have to say alleged, allegedly, um, and responsible for what happened. But these people are all trash, and it just makes you wonder, especially as a woman, um, what your state of mind must be to engage yourself and to just to carry yourself as if it's just a regular day, a walk in the park.
Some days later, shirtless.
Bags back.
Same day, just a few hours. I say maybe 7 or 8 hours later. Still seen in the yellow hoodie with his bags packed. Check this out. Is that a Sprite can in his hand? With the yellow and black J's. I mean, that is absolute madness. Just 7 hours earlier, you created a very, very tragic event or contributed to a very tragic event for the city of Memphis and fans of Young Dolph. He has the presence of mind to match his shoes with his hoodie and drink a Sprite, pack his bag. Absolute wild, wild madness. Hey, he's just going on vacation. I mean, if you look at this, if you even encountered this guy, just imagine. This is again around 8 o'clock. This is people still milling around in the building. You just can't see them. They're in other parts of the building, but it's people still walking around. There's still um, activity in the building. And just imagine you encounter this guy. You walk right past him. As you saw previously, other people have walked past this guy, coming and going all day. If you just saw this guy, you think he's just going to grandma's. He's going on PTO, not realizing, and he's certainly not giving any indication of what just happened a few hours earlier. I thought it was interesting too that there was a guy who followed him out that right side, right door. He cut across that whole opening to go out the same exit. And it was really kind of unusual because it would have been natural just to go out the left side. Both set of doors open the same way. So that guy, and you can rewind this after when I'm done talking about it. For that guy to have just walked out the left side, but he walks toward the right side, really, really close behind him. Not sure who that is. Maybe investigators are aware, but it just seemed like it's very weird for that guy to have been walking in the same trajectory that close. Or maybe not. I don't know if that's the same guy, but in that case, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just pure chance.